Welcome to Football Focus, the channel with the most up-to-date news stories. Before we get started, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, give it a like, and click the bell. Now sit back, make some tea, and we'll get started. Goalkeeper Wojciech Szczęsny has resumed his career by signing a contract with Barcelona earlier in August. Szczęsny announced the end of his professional career. Barcelona announced the signing of a contract with the former goalkeeper of Italian Juventus and Polish national team Wojciech Szczęsny. The agreement with the 34-year-old goalkeeper runs until June 30th, 2025. The Polish goalkeeper received an offer from Barcelona, who were looking for a replacement for German Marc-Andre ter Stegen, and decided to return to football. He has played for top clubs such as Arsenal, Roma, and Juventus during a career that seemed to come to an end in the summer since leaving his hometown of Warsaw at the age of 16 years old. Liverpool are considering Borussia Dortmund winger Karim Adeyemi as a possible successor for Mohamed Salah. It is highly likely that this season will be Salah's last at Liverpool. Mohamed's contract still expires next summer, and the parties have not even discussed a new deal yet. According to German publication Bild, Liverpool are actively preparing to part with Salah, searching for a replacement for their Egyptian legend. So scouts Liverpool have already repeatedly looked at Adeyemi, who last Tuesday his hat-trick helped Borussia to defeat Celtic in the Champions League with a score of 7-1. Adeyemi cost Borussia Dortmund £24 million to join from Austrian side Red Bull in 2022. To get the 22-year-old German now, Liverpool will have to shell out £42.6 million. Dominic Solanke handed first England call-up in 7 years as Lee Carsley leaves Jared Bowen and Harry Maguire out. In 6 appearances for his new club, Solanke has managed 4 goal involvements, despite missing some time at the start of the campaign due to injury. The striker has now been rewarded with a 3 Lions call-up by interim boss Lee Carsley, according to The Athletic. Solanke made his first and only England appearance back in November 2017. He came off the bench in a friendly against Brazil at Wembley Stadium, but he could be in line for his first start against Greece or Finland next week. Among those left out of the squad are Harry Maguire, James Maddison, and Jared Bowen. Maguire has fallen down the pecking order at Old Trafford following the arrival of Matthijs de Ligt. He was absent from the United squad entirely at the weekend due to a calf issue, but is expected to be available for the club's Europa League clash with Porto this evening. Real Madrid stunned as Lille end their mammoth 36-game unbeaten run with 1-0 win in Champions League. Carlo Ancelotti's La Liga champs have stuttered all season, yet until now they had not tasted a loss since Atletico Madrid KO'd them 4-2 after extra time in the Copa del Rey in January. And Real's last Champions League reverse was as long ago as May 2023, a 4-0 semi-final second leg loss to Manchester City at the Etihad. But Lille were as impressive for the first hour as Los Blancos were subdued for large spells. And only Real keeper Andriy Lunen's breathtaking double save denied Canadian striker David. Finally, in first half stoppage time, VAR ruled Eduardo Camavinga had blocked Edon Jagrova's free kick with his arm, and David, long linked with Premier League clubs, fired home the resulting spot kick. Real's England midfielder Jude Bellingham was booked as his side struggled. Achman UTD flop Van de Beek score first goal in more than 2 years, then celebrate wildly in Champions League. Donny Van de Beek scored his first goal in over 2 years as new club Girona suffered a 3-2 defeat to Feyenoord in the Champions League. Van de Beek, 27, failed to settle in at Man Utd after his £40 million move from Ajax back in 2020. The Dutchman was sent on a string of loans after struggling for game time, with his last goal coming against Arsenal back in August 2022 during a loan spell with Everton. But that all changed this summer when he finally earned a permanent move away from Old Trafford and joined Spanish side Girona. A new home seems to have come with a return to form too, as the midfielder scored his first goal since that day at the Emirates Stadium 26 months ago. The 19-time Netherlands international celebrated wildly, having pulled his side back level and finally got on the scoresheet after a lengthy goal drought. However, his goal was ultimately in vain, as just 6 minutes later, teammate Ladislav Krejci turned the ball into his own net and put Feyenoord back ahead. The 3-2 defeat is Girona's second in the Champions League this season, compounding their 1-0 loss to PSG on matchday 1. Chelsea fans say would be disgraceful if we didn't win, as squad value compared to Conference League rivals is revealed. Enzo Maresca's men came through qualifying against Servette last month, and they kick off their campaign against Belgian giants Gent at Stamford Bridge tomorrow night. It's no secret that Chelsea have spent big since Todd Boehly and Behdad Iqbali's arrival. The club has splashed more than £1.2 billion on new signings, and despite Chelsea's squad finally appearing to gel, there are plans in the works for even more arrivals. Unsurprisingly, the Blues have the highest squad value in the entire Europa Conference League. Transfer Room claims they are worth a whopping £1.4 billion, and that's just fractionally less than all the other conference challengers combined. This is the year, declares Bukayo Saka, as Arsenal star declares Gunners will finally end wait for Premier League title. After the game, the England star joined the CBS Sports crew for an interview. Gunners legend Thierry Henry was a member of the CBS panel, alongside Kate Abdo, Micah Richards, and Jamie Carragher. Henry, who was a star man in Arsenal's last title-winning team in 2003-04, asked Saka, "Do you think it is important this year to win the title?" Refusing to duck the question, Saka nodded before answering, "I don't want to put too much pressure on us, but I do think that this is the year. I think we've been close the last 2 years, and we're getting closer, but this hopefully will be the year." Henry, 47, excitedly responded, "I like the way you've been speaking tonight." Saka had just played an integral role in the Gunners' victory over French champions PSG. After Kai Havertz put Mikel Arteta's side 1-0 up after 20 minutes, Saka doubled their lead on 35. Champions League referee suspended after sickening threat to kill player during game, according to Corriere della Sera. An incident occurred during a brief conversation in English between Maresca and Al Arabi star Khaled Al Mershid on Friday. Maresca had taken charge of the Kuwait Premier League fixture between Kuwait SC and Al Arabi, which ended in a 2-0 win for the home side. It has been claimed Maresca said something along the lines of "see you next time." However, Al Mershid accused the ref of saying, "See you next time, I'll kill you." Maresca is reportedly unlikely to face further punishment in Kuwait following the incident because it was resolved with on-field diplomacy. The 43-year-old started off officiating in Italy's professional league in 2011 and has been involved in European competition since 2018. In May, he sent off then Juventus boss Massimiliano Allegri in the Coppa Italia final after he furiously confronted the fourth official. Harry Kane faces fitness test this morning and is huge doubt to face Aston Villa after suffering ankle injury. Kane has traveled with the Bavarians to Birmingham for the Champions League clash at Villa Park. However, the 31-year-old will undergo a fitness test this morning to see whether he is able to feature. He managed to get through training on Tuesday, but Bayern manager Vincent Kompany will not make a final decision on Kane's availability until later today. The former Burnley boss said, "I think you have seen Harry was on the pitch today. That went well, but we will still have to wait until tomorrow and see how the situation is, and then we will make the correct decision. He trained with us today, and hopefully everything will work out fine." Kane has already scored 10 goals and added 5 assists in 7 games this season, despite being criticized for his display against Xabi Alonso's Bayern team. Before his substitution, he joined Bayern in a huge £104 million transfer from Tottenham last summer. That's all for today. Share your impressions in the comments. Don't forget to give us a like, subscribe to our channel, and press the bell to not miss new episodes. Thanks for being with us, and see you soon.